Hi everyone, welcome back to Twinstrology. It's Marla. Glad to be with you today. And we are welcoming the month of April. So today we are going to do an overview of twin flame energies for the month of April. This is going to be a big video, guys. As you can see, I've already drawn the cards and I've been getting some downloads about what's going on. This is going to be a really good reading, so you're going to want to tune into this. Now, I had a lot of fun last month where I split the monthly reading up and I did a shorter card reading about union and then a pick a card reading where you could get a little bit more detailed information about your specific situation rather than focusing a lot on what's going on with the masculine and what's going on with the feminine. Because as I've been telling you, we're in union now. The masculine and feminine energies are so unified that, I'm still drawing those cards so that we can discuss the energies, but they're acting in a very unified manner. So whether you're carrying the feminine energy or the masculine energy, you need to look at this row has unified energy inside of you and also unified energy inside of your twin. So anyways, bottom line is I'm going to try to do that again this month. I hope that you guys like it that way. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. And also leave me some comments if you want something specific when I do the pick a card. So last month I asked what's on their mind. So we could do different themes if you wanted to. I'm not sure what my theme is going to be for April, and I'm not sure when I'm going to record that video. So if you have any ideas, drop me a comment and let me know. So like we normally do, we're going to start with the overall energy of union. You are my true love, my heart, and my soul. It's a great card for us to have for the overall energy because they're showing that there is this love energy flowing. And what just came to me, I'm getting chills as I think about it, is how the light is overtaking the shadow. We just had the spring equinox, fall equinox if you're in the southern hemisphere. But that represents the equal night and day, and then the light begins to take over. I also know that the clearing has been intense for the start of this year. And really it started at the second half of last year, but it has grown more intense as time has gone by. So there's a lot of clearing of shadow energy. But now the light is coming through. And what the light is showing us is love, true love. We're getting more in touch with our heart because we're more in touch with our feminine energy. The masculine energy has been integrating the feminine. So if you think about the yin yang symbol, and in the white there's the dot of black, and in the black there's the dot of white that represents the internalization of the other energy. Well, that is what has been happening. And this is what is causing a lot of these breakthroughs. But with the masculine integration of the feminine, there's a deeper focus on love, on higher wisdom, on our intuition, our spiritual gifts. These are where all the breakthroughs are happening. Whether you're anchoring the masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter because both are having these breakthroughs that are bringing them closer together. You can see this is a union card as well, and a number 4, which brings balance and stability. It makes me think of 4 corners of a house or a structure. So we're making some really good progress right now is what Spirit is telling us. This is clarified with the Queen of Roses. And the Queen of Roses is it's like the Queen of Cups. And it's representing that we are coming into that balanced emotional place. Part of the clearing that we've been going through has been clearing repressed emotions, blocks to our emotions, things that we haven't wanted to feel, that we haven't wanted to acknowledge, because we weren't in that balanced place. But I feel the Queen of Roses is coming through to say that balance is achieved, and the emotional blocks are beginning to crumble. They're not totally crumbled, but they're beginning to crumble. We still have some work to do over the next few months, but I think that with the end of the eclipses, we are moving towards a place that's a little bit lighter in energy. Now, this card can represent a woman. It can also represent the feminine energy in general, which is just acknowledging that the feminine energy is being anchored in both counterparts right now. The feminine is coming through strong. That's not to say the masculine isn't coming through strong in this reading either. But let's say it's our feminine qualities that need to grow. Because remember, last month's reading, the focus was really on purpose and what we're achieving as far as our purpose. And that is dependent on us having a balanced integration of masculine and feminine. But our intuition and our spiritual nature needs to take the lead right now. What is positive for twin flame unions? Don't judge this, just surrender. I know it's triggering, but from a higher perspective, it's clearing energy and bringing us closer together. So what is positive is that the amount of clearing that's been done has brought both counterparts into a place of surrender, or soon will be bringing them into a state of surrender. And that's because the feminine has, I was going to say taken the lead, but instead I'm going to say integrated more within each of our own masculine. Again, that little dot that is allowing the inner masculine to feel more secured in a surrendered state and more secure letting down their guard. This is clarified with the Willow, Two of Forces. Okay, so this again is stability. As I mentioned with this 4 card, twins are reaching this place of stability and strength. Remember what I've been saying over the last several months. Grounding is so important right now, especially for that divine feminine energy. Everything needs to be grounded to create the bridge between the dimensional realms. What is more grounded than a tree, right? This is that emblem of groundedness. And you see there's an eagle here. When you are grounded, you can soar. It sounds counterintuitive, but the more grounded you are, the more you can connect with the higher realms, the more wisdom you can feel, and with that, the more your heart can open, the higher perspective you can achieve. So that groundedness is allowing us to surrender. What challenges twin flame unions? I watch you on social media and the internet. It's my way of staying close and finding out more about you. All right, so there's several things that we could say about this card. The first thing I'm going to say is that if you're in no communication or not a lot of communication, your twin is thinking about that and they're wanting to communicate with you. They might be keeping tabs on you on social media, but they may not reach out just yet. There's still some blocks in the communication energy. There are still some energetic shifts that need to occur before that communication is ready to happen. Another thing I would say about this is that we need to be wary of social media and what we're giving our attention to. Social media and the internet is full of negative energy. We want to avoid negative energy right now. So be careful what you're consuming. You might be getting information, though, coming through social media. This could be about you, your twin, or someone else in the mix. So pay attention, if you are on social media, what you're seeing, because there could be a message. I know that sounds conflictual over what I said about watch what you're consuming on social media, but for example, when I'm on social media, I'm basically on there for minutes and then I'm off. Usually I only need to scroll a short amount of time and then I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. But I do get messages from my higher self that say, go look at social media. And so then I'll go and look and I'll know right where to look to get the message that I need to. And then once I get the message, I'm off. But yeah, do watch out for lower vibrational stuff that you could be tuning into. This is clarified with the King of Keys. So we had the Queen of Roses, now we're having the King of Keys. The King of Keys is equal to the King of Pentacles. So this is the masculine coming home. You can see we have a knight riding the white horse. Here's the path leading him home. He's not home yet. He's still got a little ways on this journey, and as we said, that is the challenge. But he's prepared for battle. He has his armor on. He has his sword. So nothing is going to hold him back. Now let me talk about these cards a little bit with some of the downloads that I was getting today. We have been talking for the past year about karmic relationships being a strong focus and karmic relationships ending. Well, we're very close now to karmic contracts dissolving. There is positive energy coming in the month of April that are assisting with the dissolution of karmic contracts. Now, it won't be all karmic contracts, but I'm going to say most karmic contracts. Why this change is happening now is because of this feminine energy coming in, especially with those that are embodying the masculine energy, are much more aligned to their intuition. Right now, they're more aligned to their higher self. And they're getting the message, they're getting the understanding and clarity. I'm going to say too, just to let you guys know that when I'm doing readings for people, that has been coming up in almost every one, that the masculine is listening more to their higher self and they're removing blocks to that higher self connection. That goes within our own inner masculine as well, if you're embodying more of the feminine energy. So the karmic contracts that are dissolving now, there's basically three types. Contracts with karmic people, ancestral contracts, and past life contracts. Now, I'm sure that you will have noticed that over the last 3 months, the things that you have been clearing are all related to those. There's a lot of intertwining of those issues. But what I'm being shown is that those lessons are being completed I'm going to say between now and the summer solstice, although it will go a little bit past the summer solstice, because I feel July is going to be a key month as well. So when I asked, does this mean that, at least for twins, the karmic relationships are ending? The answer that I got was partly. Because the guides are saying that contract is over, but there can still be energetic attachments. Sometimes these karmic partners are a bit of like a vampiric energy, or there's been a lot of programming between the karmic partners, and it will take some time for that program to be undone, or for those attachments, those negative cords, to be released. But the contract themselves are going to be finished. So what that means is technically there's nothing holding the people together other than their programming, their fears, and the attachment. So those things will continue to clear. Basically, they said sometimes the person isn't going to realize right away that they're actually free. Like, they have to come to terms with that inside themselves. But I think people will feel the energetic shift. So let's look at the feminine energy. What the feminine is focused on. I need to be strong in who I am before I can merge my energy with yours in the 3D. I'm afraid I could lose myself in this relationship. So the feminine is focused on becoming stronger energetically. Remember, be the willow, be grounded, be stable. One of the things that has been clearing is disassociation. So because of traumatic experiences across time, many of the feminine energies has been disassociating from their emotions and disassociating from their body. When you have traumatic experiences, you leave your body because you don't feel safe, right? Especially if you're going to experience physical pain. That can become a negative habit. So that is one thing that has had to clear so that that grounding can occur. There's also a need to get your body healthy right now. You can see this man is running. So you don't have to run a marathon, but you've got to take care of yourself. And you've got to focus on healthy eating, water intake, all of those basic things. Now, one thing that I'm getting is that fungal issues have been a major source of interference, because that fungal energy, it can not only affect your body, but it can affect your etheric body, and it can spread into your aura, and it creates holes. It eats through the field, is what I would say. Like, when I see it in my mind's eye, it's like you can see patches of fungus, and where that fungus is, these holes begin to develop. This then allows interference to come in to the energy field. That has to end so that this connection to the higher frequencies can continue to expand. Also, our energetic field is expanding right now so that we can become more powerful in our ability to affect the material realm. But again, you can imagine that it's going to be hard to expand your energy field if there's holes in it, because you're going to be leaking energy. So basically, all kinds of energy leaks are going to need to be cleared up over the next several months. Now, this is something I've mentioned before. It's been happening for a while, but it's getting more imperative as our frequency continues to go up. Now, I'm getting that the energy itself is assisting us with that. So I'm assuming that the raising of the frequency itself is something that will help us counteract the fungal issues. You can have fungal issues in multiple parts of your physical body and your energy bodies. You see this come up a lot when we're doing the SRT sessions. And I'm hoping to do some SRT sessions to help with these. But, I think I mentioned last time, if you can let go of sugar, if you can let go of alcohol right now, if you can try to stay away from carbs. It's not that you have to have no carbs, but all of those things feed the microbes of the fungal infections. So that's going to be helpful. I think in the long run, it's going to help us all be healthier as well. Now, how this is showing up in our reality, this journey is teaching us one of the most important spiritual lessons: patience. I know everybody's like, oh no, not this card again. But yes, we have to learn patience. We have to be patient with this shift that's taking place. And the card from the Akashic Tarot is reflection. This card, reflection, represents the feminine energy. You can see we have the moon, we have water. The feminine energy is strong right now. This is going with the flow. This is surrender. This is the intuition and the spiritual connection continuing to expand and grow. For the masculine energy, their focus. My heart is with another right now. I have to finish this karmic contract in order to be free. Yeah, just what I said. Our focus is ending the karmic contracts, whatever relationship that is with. For a lot of the masculine, it is with a third party energy. Whether they're currently with that person or not, even if they're not with that person, there's still wounds that need to be cleared. How this is showing up for them: I've hurt you and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me someday and understand that I was reacting in fear. So there's some regrets coming up for the masculine. So, the problem when you have a third party situation is that someone's got to get hurt. There's no way not to hurt someone, because you all know the saying about a third wheel. It doesn't fit in the scenario. So, for most of you, you've been the one that's been hurt, that your twin has hurt in order to avoid hurting the karmic partner. Now, they're in the process of making that switch. And now in order to come to you, they have to hurt the karmic. So it's coming to terms with setting boundaries and doing what is right for you. The masculine energy has been trying to please everybody else. They've been trying to please society. They've had certain belief systems that didn't allow them to see a way out of their situation. And now, with the connections deepening, the understanding that you've got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first, basically. Has them coming to terms with the fact that they have to do what's right for them. Some of you, and again, I'm going to say it's not just masculine, it's those that are masculine and feminine, but some of you have had your masculine energy not wanting to let go of the karmic for whatever reason. A lot of it is simply because of karmic energy, karmic cords. That's why they're called a karmic partner, because the energy is not an energy of freedom. It's an energy of we came back together to play out these karmic scenarios, to play out these cycles again until one of the people is ready to break free. But there's been this distorted masculine energy of, I need to be the protector. I need to be the knight in shining armor riding in on my white horse to take care of everybody, to be the savior. And so everybody, male and female right now, is coming to terms with the fact that you're not anybody's savior. You're not here to be anybody's savior. You're here to elevate your consciousness. And that's the only thing that you need to focus on. So you can no longer keep martyring yourself and keep trying to support everybody else while you surrender yourself. What I mean by that is you're not taking care of yourself. You're giving all your energy away. That's that vampiric connection. Remember, the South Node is in Virgo. The negative distortion of Virgo is to be a martyr, to try to save everyone, to think that you have to heal everyone. That's a distortion that's going to sabotage you. If you're feminine and you're trying to come into your next level of purpose and you are a healer, then you might find that you're needing to set stronger boundaries with people because it's about taking care of yourself. And I know that we all have good intentions and we all want to help and we all want to create change. But when we give too much of our energy away, we weaken ourselves. We're not grounded. We're not the willow. And then we allow the opportunity for the dark forces to interfere with us because we're not strong and stable. So this really needs to be our focus. For some people, their karmic partner is abusive, and that person, you've been trying to fix that person. You have been not wanting to see how abusive that person is or how they're lowering your frequency because maybe they're belittling you or they're belittling your spirituality or they're not taking your goals or your feelings seriously. That is sabotaging you from getting what you really want and need. One of the things that we all want and need is true love. And while there can be love in a karmic relationship, the primary focus of that is to step out of the karmic pattern. So how do we step out of the karmic pattern though? We do it with love. And we do it with forgiveness. And we do it with surrender, right? So we love the person. We forgive the person for whatever they've done to us. We ask them to forgive us on a spiritual level. And then we surrender to what our higher self is telling us to do about the situation. And for some of you, your higher self may have been telling you to stay, but some of you might be getting a new message over the next several months. So Ho'oponopono is going to be something that can be very helpful over the next several months to release those karmic contracts with love and without having to create a lot of dark energy. The masculine card to clarify is the King of Forces. This is the masculine coming into his power, being connected to the universal forces. This man here, he's exerting his force by bringing nature together. He's bringing, animals that would hunt each other together in peace, right? So when the masculine finds that inner power, that connection to God, this is going to make us all a force to be reckoned with. Because remember, this is our internal energy too. So we really have this strong masculine, feminine that can now begin to balance each other out. And this is what all the expansion is coming from. This is that inner union. So let's see what the future holds. I feel like I don't deserve your love. I'm worried you'll leave me when you see who I really am. Right? What did we just talk about? There's a change in our feelings of worthiness to be loved. And the healing of these soul contracts, the dissolution of those soul contracts are making a way for this, especially the ancestral ones, because a lot of the pain that we're all carrying comes from the parental relationship, which is being shown here with the mother and daughter. This mother is being patient with her daughter and teaching her. But for a lot of you, you didn't get that from your own mother and father. So you have been learning over the last year how to reparent your inner child. If you want to create this balanced love, this balance of the masculine and feminine, you have to feel as though you deserve it. You have to know that you deserve it. Not because of anything you do or don't do, but just because you're a child of God. You think I'm not listening to you, but I am. I hear everything you say and even replay our conversations in my head. This for me is actually the energy of the higher self coming in. You might not have been listening before, but you're listening now. There were some things that I wanted to say about the masculine and I forgot. The masculine energy is going through a collective awakening, as most of you are aware. And the intense clearing that has been happening is about the masculine's awakening. The clearing for this is going to be complete in August. And this is going to allow everyone to have more confidence in themselves. And that's coming through because there's more confidence in their own intuition. Once we get through August, the masculine is going to be more fully aligned with the feminine. The ending of these karmic contracts is going to clear a big part of the interference away, as well as the healing of our physical body. I did say earlier, I think we're going to be in a easier energy soon, but there definitely will still be clearing that needs to happen. But to get yourself through it, focus on the end game. Keep your eye on the prize. I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never experienced anything like it before. So because of this deepening connection to higher self, or to your spiritual wisdom, or to your intuition, you're understanding more about this connection. The masculine for sure is understanding more about this connection, and that's an important piece. Before, they weren't letting the feminine energy in, whether that represents they weren't letting your energy in fully, or they weren't letting their intuition in fully. But this is changing. And so what they're hearing from their higher self is about what needs to happen in the connection going forward. And then we have Up in the Air from the Akashic Tarot. So we have to keep in mind that there's still a lot of things up in the air. We are not having the whole picture right now. The balloon is up high, but the people are not. So the full perspective is not being shown. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. But Spirit is coming through to say that we don't see everything that's ahead. And they don't want us to focus on trying to see too far ahead. Because what we really need to do right now is just surrender. So don't worry about the things that are still up in the air and not clear. Again, trust. That's been a theme for a long time. But the changes are empowering you to have the trust to bring all of this together. Okay, so stay tuned for part 2 of this reading. I do want to give a shout out to my friends over at Otter Spirit who have provided me with these bracelets. This is the communication set. This one is for grounding. If you're interested in them, I will have a link below with a discount code. This is the Intuit Twin Flame Oracle, which was co-created by me. The link for that is below. This is the Akashic Tarot by Sarah Ann Klinger. If you would like a personal reading with me, I'll link my website below. Otherwise, I'm sending you all love, and I'll be back again soon.